We are live on TikTok and YouTube. Not TikTok. We live on YouTube and Facebook. Let me get everything going on this side over here. Come on.
Live?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Come on, come on. Share it. Sharing is caring. No.
Ain't a man. That ain't it.
And we are live. Come on, come on. Come on, come on.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what? So what? What's that scenario?
I'm not really sure what that is, but okay.
That was a little New York hip hoppy
Hip hoppy.
for your poppy.
Wow, poppy. Why poppy?
Bop, dig it up, bop.
No, dig it out. That what?
I don't think you know what the words are right there either.
No,
No, it's not. I don't know what you're saying, some Lion King or something.
Hey, Glam woke today. She ain't gonna miss it today, huh? She woke. Hello. Trying to give everybody time to share. I'm trying to share this thing out here in these streets.
Share on, player. What's the topic again?
Resolving conflict. Ain't nobody sleeping. Glam for the first time. You gonna take them or something? Babe, why are you being extra today? Already starting. Come in, invite somebody, share the live, please.
Where you from?
Let's get these likes up on TikTok so we can get this conversation. We're gonna talk about resolving conflict. Of course, we always do things from a marriage point of view, but it goes into relationships and stuff as well.
Correct. Good.
That's what you're doing?
Yes. I like that. You're so smart.
Come on in the room. Come on. Hey, boss lady. In the room. Hey, Mina. Jesus is my doctor. He writes out all of my scriptures. He brings all of my medicine in the room. It's in the room. Oh, my Lord, you keep missing your cue. In the room.
The doors of the church are now open. Will there be one?
In the room.
I'm not in the room.
You have messed up my song.
I didn't mess it up. You messed it up. Everybody say able to do it.
Oh, my Lord. It's always a duet. It's always a duet. You always come at the end. And may like you sang it right. Anyway, since Black people don't want to participate correctly out here in these streets.
Nope.
So how's everybody's day going? Come on in. We're going to talk about resolving conflict. We're going to see. What did you do? I think you better put that top of buttons down. Look like brown. You might want to come over and see if you get
trying to fix my collar.
Fix your collar, honey?
Yeah, you know, with them buttons on it be all tucked in looking crazy. I'm taking the button off.
Anyway, so how was your day? Give me some, let me know how everything went for everybody today. Hey, Neil. How you doing? We talked about resolving conflict, Neil. We already got conflict. We did our intro song, and he didn't participate. So he already starting conflict. I can't touch you. See, this is not how you resolve conflict right here. Babe. That's what you're doing?
Loose me. Turn me loose. Loose my money, honey.
Whoa.
Dig low, dig loud.
Baby, if they're not from Florida, they don't know what that is. We have people in here from Colorado, places like that. Listen, if you're not from Florida, you wouldn't have any idea what he just said at all.
You know, a little sign.
Look at his face, right? Me and talking about look at his face. He don't know how to act right. I mean, he just don't.
Look, go out that Florida boy trucker. He laughing. You know what it is.
Florida, but don't laugh in talking about what you drinking said. So where's water?
That water. H2O.
Listen. Listen. He side with Team Dark Skin. Neil, don't do that.
It is.
Neil, we got a group at our church. They Team Dark Skin, and they be acting real ignorant. I really sometimes don't even want to deal with them. Listen, my husband like taking pictures, but honey, he was like, "Come on, y'all, let's get a picture." I was like,
Team Black.
Team Black. I feel some kind of way.
For the win.
He said Team Dark Skin, Team Black. I don't.
There it is.
I'm pecan tan. Where my pecan tan people at? Where my pecan tan people at?
See, right there, what you're doing? That's light skin activities. All that clapping.
Hey, Justin!
See, light skin activities. Stop it.
What is a light skin activity?
What you getting your leg for? You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh my Lord. Who is it? Hey, Justin. That's funny. What is light skin activities? I don't know yet. But anyway, come here, share to your page. We're going to start talking about resolving conflict. How do you resolve conflict? Can you resolve conflict? Let's go.
Where we going?
Hey, Mildred. Mildred, come over to the Black Love page because I can't put your comments on the screen from my personal page. I don't know why it does that. But if you guys are just on my page, I did it because more people will see that, but I can't put the comments on the screen.
That's because you're not connected.
Hey, Bernard. So anyway, all right. We're doing great. How are you, Bernard?
Hanging in there, brother.
So here's the thing. When you talk about resolving conflict, first of all, what is conflict? What would you say conflict is? I can't touch the microphone. Mic check. So you don't want to get to rock the mic?
You keep hitting it every time you talk. So what is conflict? First of all, put your hand to your side.
You don't tell me what to do.
That's the first part of resolving conflict, keeping your hand down. So flailing all about the place.
I like to talk on the mic too. I can't stand him. I need somebody new in my life.
Keep your hand down.
Whatever.
That's the first thing we're resolving.
So that's your mic only?
No, but you keep hitting it.
I didn't hit it but once. Now you about to break it. Look at you. It's the thing and move it. Babe, stop doing that, Mr. Mechanical. Baby.
It's good.
Okay, leave it. Oh my Lord, you don't give him no toy. Glenn, what we gonna do? This is not starting out here.
No toy.
So
this is real
technological
equipment.
What is conflict, honey?
You?
I am conflict.
Bothering me? And you stop it.
Whoa.
Quit.
Hey, Mildred.
Conflict would be two people disagreeing about something.
Hey, Treasure. Two people disagreeing about something.
Treasure.
Let me see what definition of conflict is.
That was a shot in the dog. Let's see what it is. I think I'm close. Oh, it says a serious disagreement.
So conflict actually says a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what that means. Be incompatible or
protracted means variance.
So conflict, Treasure. Listen, I miss you, babe. Listen, how in the world? Because every time you say conflict, people say, well, I've heard people use conflict when they don't agree on something. Mm-hmm. But the definition of conflict tells you something different.
Serious.
This thing says a serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one.
Right. So
well, let's talk about
that's
that.
been going on for a while. So if you have a brief disagreement, that's not considered a conflict by definition.
So did y'all know that?
I didn't. I didn't know it was serious, but I knew it was a beef between two persons.
Treasure said, "Tell him I hate that song." What song you saying?
That's that Bruno Mars song.
Oh, Treasure. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I like that song. I'm sorry.
Listen, I don't normally sing Bruno Mars. It just
He
happened.
don't. He don't. I played enough though.
Right.
Hey, God bless you.
Yeah,
So
be serious.
we're talking about resolving conflict, and we first asked what was the question. Hey, Miss Little. Okay, I'm sorry, my voice went back out time. We first asked what is conflict.
Hey, Miss Little, how you doing? I still got that letter. I'm turning it in.
No, I'm working Miss Little.
Yeah, I'm telling somebody. I'm sitting somewhere.
So listen, when we looked at the definition of conflict, though, what we normally thought conflict was not it, because it says a serious disagreement or argument. So if you just have a if you just clash with somebody or have a disagreement, that's not a conflict. Now, my question was, did y'all know that? Because we learning something right here out here in the street. All right, Justin said, no, I thought it was any point of contention. You see? Lamb said, I didn't know it had to be serious. Right. And that's, I don't know if you noticed lately when we have conversations on here, and just even if it's not me and said it, I look up words because I realize, look, she got the eyes. You want to tell me?
You're in trouble now. I got you.
I realize that we use words. Like my son said to us one day a word, and we was like, that's not what that means. He's like, yeah, that's what we made it be, or something stupid, he said. And we're like, you can't just change the meaning of words, but people actually do.
All the time.
And so when you are talking about relationships and conflict, you got to know what that thing means to that person, because they be on level 10 about something, and you like, why are we on level 10 about this?
So that's a good first step. Make sure that the words you're using mean the same thing to both parties.
Okay, so all right, so let me see. I can't write that in the chat here. So the first step is, I'm putting this in the notes.
I can put it here. You want to write something?
Yeah, I was gonna put it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and go back in. Like that, and just go back to the circle again.
What do you want me to type?
The first step is making sure that you guys have the same. So the first step is to make sure you guys have the same understanding of what the issue is, because if no one here, well, I don't think anybody said they knew that conflict means that
somebody said they knew that. Yes.
Who did?
I don't know.
Okay, so for the majority of us, we did not know the definition of conflict meant a serious disagreement. So if you didn't know that, and I'm saying we having a conflict, I was just thinking it's something that we're kind of not meeting on. So the first thing, you gotta make sure that you understand what she's saying and she understands what you're saying, and that you don't have little random white people walking behind in the background. You got to have a clear understanding of what that means to that person. So how do you ask that person? Like, if we are disagreeing, how do I ask you, what do you mean by that? Like,
well, I mean, I guess that's something that you have to work on all the time anyway. So when you say this word, what does that mean to you? When you say this, what does that mean to you?
But we generally don't have a conversation like, okay, define every word.
I didn't say define every word. I said, what does that mean to you when you say certain things? Just like when you and I, when we had the disagreement about shut up, it meant something different to me than it meant to you.
Correct.
But it's the same word.
Right.
So that's stuff that you should be finding out with your, not just your spouse, but in relationships in general, so you can understand where the other person is coming from.
Ms. Little said, I'm sorry, Ms. Little said you need to be on one accord. Right. Yeah. And so how you get on one accord is, I think sometimes I know when we first got married, I felt like he should have just known what things meant to me. It was stupid, I know, but I did. Justin said conflict, we about to resort to fisticuffs. Right, listen, basically, that, I mean, if by this definition, conflict means we about to get ready to rumble.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the first step is to agree on the definition of the words. So sometimes people say, oh, you, like man said, you don't like my husband say, you don't respect me. And what I thought respect was not respect to him. So I had to get a clear understanding of what that meant. Sometimes it take a little while because men they act like we do. You supposed to know, like, you just gotta respect me. What does that mean? Like, some do. I ain't saying you did. But she said, or we could ask for them to repeat what they heard. Right. Now, so that glam, what's one of the tools we use. It says, Ms. Little said, you got to know the triggers in a relationship. Well, see, we're going to talk about them triggers. Yeah, that's a good one, Ms. Little. So here's the thing. When you having a disagreement or a conversation with somebody, and we say heated conversation, heated fellowship, any of those things, you have to say, what did you hear me say? Because oftentimes when we did marriage counseling with couples, and the guy may say something, and then you'll ask the wife, what did you hear him say? And they be like, he said that it was like nothing to do with what he said at all. I mean, it was awful. It was like, how did you get that from what he said? Right.
That's
so
not even in the same.
It's so funny because Sandra be like, no wonder they can't get on the same page because she hearing whatever she want to hear.
And you down the street around the corner.
So y'all come on TikTok, tap the screen, share the live, please. So we first find out what the definition of, find out what the underlying issue is.
Right.
And that meaning the definition or the words that's being used, I guess.
Well, you can't resolve a conflict through communication if you're saying a word to mean one thing and I'm taking it to mean something else.
Can you shut the door, please? Thanks. Yeah, right. So, all right, what is it saying? We're missing some stuff here. Okay, we didn't. All right, so what happens after that? After we define what it is and we are clear about what the issue is.
Right. Then we need to make sure that we're talking about the issue and not talking about each other or about the symptoms of the issue. Okay,
so type that in there. So the second thing is make sure you are attacking the issue and not each other. In times of conflict, which we already said was serious, we can tend to attack each other. You know, that's why you got one eye, one of your legs bigger than the other, one of your nipples bigger than the other. That's why one of your nipples bigger than the other. You're like, what? Which one? You know, in conflict, that is when stuff that people have been thinking come out. You do agree?
That's correct.
That's funny. In conflict, boy, I tell you that crazy stuff come out. You be like, oh my Lord, I can't believe.
So that's what you think of me?
That's right.
You think my hair nappy?
No, but I wasn't saying you. I was saying, and said, also make sure it is not a root cause. It is a root cause. Okay, so he also said, make sure it's the root cause and not a symptom. So what happens is when you, just like when you have a cold, right? You get sick. How do you know you're sick? Give me some feedback in the chat. How do you know that you're starting to get sick or get a cold? Give me something.
Your body aches.
Okay, I want to, yes. Your body ache.
Feel tired.
You sneeze, might be sneezing, coughing.
Sore throat. Yeah.
Sore throat. Ear might be feeling a little way achy or stopped up or whatever the case may be. Now, your sneeze is a symptom of your problem. Right. Your problem is a cold. So you're right, fever, stuffy nose, right? So the symptoms manifest greater than the problem a lot of times. Right. You see somebody limping, the limp is not the problem. They're limping because there is a problem. Oh, see, right? That's sneezing. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing, right? Mildred said body aches, fevers, tiredness, chills. Right. So when you feel those sniffles, when you feel those things, you got to go to the doctor for them to see. You may have bronchitis. You may have an ear infection. You may have the flu. You may have 19, C19 that we just went through. There are so many things that you could have. Those are symptoms. That's why when you go to the doctor, they say, what are your symptoms? Why? Because I can't properly diagnose you. Y'all don't know about that. That's probably diagnose you. It's a congestion code, right?
I don't know about that.
I can't properly diagnose you if I don't know what your symptoms are. That's like, let me just tell y'all, for all those people that go to counseling and they get in counseling and just be like, I'm good. I just got a little, just a little frustrated. No one can help you if you won't tell the truth.
That's correct.
If you go to the doctor and you're not telling them what's going on, they can't help you. If you go to a therapist and you don't tell them what's going on, they can't help you. You have to tell people what's going on in order to get help. I just don't understand that. Like, people are like, oh, well.
You mean you understand it? They don't want help, obviously.
But if you take time to go to the doctor, but you just like,
your wife might have made you go.
Well, if your wife made you go, she in there with you. So, all right. So, what was that? The second one was attack the problem, not each other, right, and make sure it's the root and not the symptoms. Yeah. What are some symptoms that there's a breakdown in your communication or there's conflict? What are some symptoms?
Oh, it's a whole heap of them.
Now, y'all know we can go crazy on these symptoms. So part of the symptoms is no sex, no talking, sleeping on the other side of the bed, no cooking, no awkward silence is the worst. Let me tell you something. I think, people, when they say 95% of communication is nonverbal, awkward silence is Glam talking about slamming stuff. Yes. But awkward silence, because you don't know, like, you're afraid to like move almost like I don't know what to do, like I'm in this bubble wrap or something, I'm gonna get in trouble. Yes. What are some other symptoms of?
To be like the calls too. Like if you used to get calls 4 or 5 times a day and then you get upset with each other and no call at all.
No call, no text.
No MIA.
Now, what about I love you? Do you not say I love you when you're upset to your spouse?
Yeah, but I'm sure it's not the same.
But no.
They mad that love you.
But I'm saying some people I've heard say they just don't say it. But I'm like, but I'm like, why would you like? Because I don't like you right now. I still love you.
Yeah, but that's the prevailing emotion at the time. So.
Oh Lord, Glam says she don't. We still working on her.
Forced conversation.
Glam says easily annoyed. Forced conversation.
So that
correct.
Means that the answers will be short and petty.
Ooh, them petty responses get to me. Well, maybe I don't.
What you doing? Why? You earlier.
Right.
There you go.
So that's funny. So forced conversations, short answers,
pettiness, smart answers.
Well, if he say I love you when I'm mad, I say Glam, do better.
Neck rolling.
So here's some signs of that there's a what was that, conflict? Is that what it was?
No, the symptoms of a situation is going to come.
So the symptoms of the situation was all those things we said: neck rolling, awkward silence, slamming doors, not talking, teeth smacking, not doing what you normally do. It's a lot. So then when you see, just say if you see. Well, see, conflict, I was going to say, if you see your spouse doing some of this stuff and then you know that you don't know what's going on, how do you address it? But if it's conflict said it had to be serious, so it can't be that.
It might be serious.
But I'm saying, but it can't be serious. Well, we've had a serious disagreement and you don't know what it is if we've had a disagreement about it.
No one said that we didn't know what it was. You asked what the symptoms were.
No, I was moving past that. And I was saying, my question was going to be, what do you do if your spouse is acting like this and you don't know what's happening? I was like, if it's conflict, you already know.
This just came to my mind. You mind if I share with you?
Share my love. Mm-hmm.
There's something that you used to do to me that I always laughed. I thought was funny.
Wait.
Feel away. You would call and be like, something came up. I need you to get the kids today. You always make me pick up the kids when you felt the way. I always laugh about that.
Did you hear him? Y'all believe that?
Yeah,
He said, when I felt the way, thank you,
I
Justified.
need you the kids.
He said, when I felt the way, I would call him and say, something came up, I need him to pick up the kids. Now, it could have been, if that happened,
You said
if that happened,
it happened like every time.
if that happened, our issue a lot of times, I was like, you could get them, you can do something. Like, I was tired of doing all the run around. I was frustrated, and that's what we was fussing about.
I don't know what we were fussing about.
Okay, my mind was. So that's what it's about. So if that's what happened,
So
that's
find
why.
a way to get your way, huh? Through manipulation.
This is not now. So
The Bible calls that witchcraft.
okay, well, we not here. It's not right now.
Yeah.
I've been delivered
You've been set free.
and set free.
That's right. Be delivered.
Don't do that.
Well,
So-
we don't have any kids to pick up now.
Well, that's why I've been delivered.
Everybody grown.
That's why I've been delivered.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
You ain't right.
All right. So thank you, Justified. I appreciate it. Okay, so what's the next one, baby?
You were saying, what do you do if you don't know what the root of the problem is? But that wouldn't be considered conflict. That
Right.
would just be
So in conflict,
well,
if
you have
there's
to ask the
wait a minute,
person.
so if there's conflict going on, because you obviously, according to this definition, has had Mona, don't be laughing. If there's conflict going on, then you obviously done had a fight. Y'all been arguing
Well,
and
but
acting silly.
sometimes I think people have an idea of what it is. What? Because you be like,
No, but okay, we passed that because conflict lets me know that we've already had a disagreement about it. So,
Right.
Sir, I can't rub you and do live the whole time. Sean, open the door, let sir now, please, because he want me to hug him and rub him and call him George. So, I said most times they already know. Well, okay, so we decide when we find out what the definition of when we found out what the definition of conflict was, it lets you know that you have to have a disagreement. So there's conflict. Y'all been fussing and going through. Go in there. Go Cage.
Go.
Cage.
Go.
Sean, everyone's on. You know he's a bit. He don't listen to you, Sean. You don't listen. All right. So here's the thing. Conflict has happened. Y'all about ready to nuck if you buck, and it's been y'all's walked away yesterday, and it's been a day, and nothing's getting better. How do you come back to the said issue now? Because you tied it up, like Liam said, awkward silence, slamming the doors. How do you come back at that point?
Well, obviously you got to talk about it. You can just ask them, are you ready to discuss it now, or you still need more time?
Are you ready to discuss it? Do you need more time? So if
you're not ready to discuss it, obviously.
Well, are you gonna tell the truth? Are you gonna accept responsibility for your actions?
You're not ready. That's what that's telling me.
Don't do that.
Not ready.
Listen, all I'm saying is that it is. We have to realize how do we get past that? What's a way to break tension?
There are several. The approach that we use a lot is comedy, jokes, laughter, and then sometimes you can use sex to do it. Or you can use a sweet gesture that your partner likes to kind of break them down a little bit, to have a adult conversation without hollering and name calling and things of that nature.
So what would be an example of some comedy to break the ice? What's something that you might say?
I don't know. Plenty of things. It depends. Like if you do something, you mad, you be stomping around, you might trip or something. I'm like, God don't like ugly. Or something like that.
But that ain't gonna break the comedy when we want to make them do something to you.
Well, why you laugh just then?
Because you silly. But like what you would do sometimes, I walk by, you might smack me in the butt, or you'd be like,
that ain't comedy.
No, you'll say something, you can't be mad at me long. You want this or say something silly like that. And I be trying to stay not mad. I mean, not laugh, but I be like, he's so goofy.
Yeah, you high natured. That ain't gonna work.
I'm high natured? What is high nature, honey?
I mean, you want me.
My husband just called me Tatiana in nice words.
Not exactly. You married. You can do it. You got paperwork.
It says, because if we have issues, it's not working down there either. Whoa.
You the lie.
So if you have issues, then you don't issue him any. Is anybody else like that?
Oh yeah, that's witchcraft.
Is anybody else feel that if I am mad at you, then I'm not attracted to you? Nope, because it'd be
The Lord's not pleased.
Glenn, we're gonna talk later,
Put
Jack.
some water on that junk.
Glenn, he said put some water on.
You put some water on that junk. You go in the shower.
Glam, he said put water on it. Okay. My husband's very text.
That's right.
Put water on it, man.
Shower. They go in the shower. All kind of moisture.
I
Somebody,
can't.
it's my body, not my mind. I wish I could, but my body won't let me. Listen, wherever the mind goes, the body will follow.
How do we because I hear a lot of women have said that they like
But it's the attitude that they look at stuff with. Change the mindset, then everything else changes.
So give me I don't understand. Give me a mindset changer.
It's the way they look at the relationship and the conflict. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're having a disagreement or a conflict doesn't mean that you're not still married and it's not still a team and you're not still partners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you look at it from that perspective, then it'll change. Like you'll still feel a way, but you won't be like, well, I don't like him right now, or I don't, because that's what she's saying. Basically, is that when we're in a disagreement, I don't love him, I don't like him. So just like with your kids, you can not like something that they're doing, but you still love your child.
Right.
So you can separate the two. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Correct.
So once you look at your relationship in that light, then you won't have that problem. You can still interact with your husband like you need to, even though there might be an issue to the side, because the issue is not the defining thing of your relationship. That makes sense?
Yeah. Well, I know for me, one of the things that helped me was I always thought about, like you said, we're a team. So like when you win, I win. So like when we're at odds like that, the devil's winning. And I actually have to visualize him sitting laughing at us like, y'all so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's the thing too, not to be super spiritual, but there's scriptures that talk about that, about not neglecting coming together as a couple so that there's no space for the devil to wedge in between you.
Right.
And when you upset and you're not doing this and not doing that, that's a wedge for somebody else to come in. And then all of a sudden there's some infidelity and some other things. And you're like, well, it's all his fault. Well, he made the decision true, but you helped him make the decision because you did not.
What you said today? You said
there was an alley-oop.
Oh yeah, he was saying that whenever somebody cheats, it's their fault. But there can be the home environment. Right. The home environment can set the alley-oop for the cheating. I thought that was like, you can set it up. Yeah, you can set that thing up where.
Listen, you do not want to give any assistance to cheating. If somebody's gonna cheat, you need to be of their own volition completely.
True.
And now you can't help that. Some people are just like that.
Right.
But if you assisting all along the way, and then when it finally happens, be like, oh, you made the decision, and he did. That's true. But you have to push him on over there.
You push him on over there.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, I get that people are upset, but one of the things that started to change my mind too was, I watch all these shows about people losing people and things that's happening, like real life stuff though. Mm-hmm. And husband went away to work and something happened, they didn't come back home, or their wife left and didn't come back home. And it was like one of the ladies that was a police officer, a young couple in New York about a year or so ago. They were having a fuss, and he left and went to work, and he got unalived at work. And she was doing a public speech, and she was like, the last day I was fussing at him before he left. Mm-hmm. Now, not that what you're saying is not the truth, but when you're operating in wisdom, and God will nudge you, be like, don't say that. Don't say that to him. Don't say that to her. Right. God will tell you, give them grace. You wanted grace. but we ignore those still small voices, and we just like, I don't want to be soft. I don't want to be this. But it's God telling you to look, hold your peace. I got it. Some of the best resolutions for our disagreements have been when I want to tell Cedric off, and God told me to say nothing. Man told me to shut up. What he told me. And God talked to Cedric, and he came back, and everything that I was talking about happened. But that's because I was able to be quiet. If I would have said what I would say, my husband gonna one up me. He gonna one up me. We just gonna keep going up.
Really?
Is that a fact?
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Yep, God does all the time, and my mouth just go. See, but this is the thing. Sometimes when your mouth just go, the damage you do is you can't take it back. You can't fix it. I can't.
You can't fix it.
What would you say that? What?
Unrepairable. Irrevocable damage.
Okay, that's not what I was trying to say, but yeah, something like that. So here's the thing. When you get those nudges and God's telling you to be quiet, do it. Just practice being quiet. And don't be quiet like this. Oh, I got something to say, but I ain't gonna say it. God told me to shut up. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. That's not it.
That's not being quiet.
The whole purpose of the thing is to see that you can have self-control and let God lead you into what to say and what not to say. We talk about a wise woman. Everybody want to be a Proverbs 31 and all this stuff, but you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't know when to be quiet.
A lot of people say they want to be there. They don't want to be there.
And I mean, and even the men that say they want these certain type of white women and wives, like, you got to know how to love them.
Lena, what's up, Lena?
Lena.
Or Big Mike.
You got to know how to love these women the way that you say that you do. And here's the thing. You can't wait on him to do better. You got to say, Lord, how would you have me to be as a wife? And he'll say, Lord, how would you have me be as a husband? Well, you hope. But that's not your control. Because you can only change you. You can only fix you. And that's the problem I think we have at some point in time. We want to fix the other person.
Right.
And I told y'all laugh at me. We went to counseling. I was telling, people like, look, fix him. He broke. I'm good. Fix him. Hey, he need help. Hey, I was really, and I laugh now because it seems so silly, but I really felt like he was the one that needed to be fixed in all the areas. Not that I was contributing, not that my mouth wasn't saying that, my attitude wasn't right, not that I wasn't doing my part, and I was just around here fussing and nagging. Not that wasn't the situation. The whole issue was all him in my mind. That makes no sense. It's never one person's fault.
No, the only job you have is to be the best you that you can be.
Correct.
You can't not control other grown people.
Glenn said she's trying to listen to the voice more and more. Well, Glenn, and that's the thing. That's the only thing you can do is to work on from now. Like say from now, but the whole I just gotta say it thing can take people over the edge when it don't need to be. So we have to work on the I just gotta say it. That was one of the things I did too. I just gotta say it. But wisdom, strength, adulthood, all those things is learning when to be quiet.
But that's the funny thing. People think just saying it makes you look strong and what powerful, but it doesn't. That makes you look like immature and like that's weak. The strong person is the one that can be disciplined and hold their tongue when they don't want to. That takes strength.
Right.
That takes self-control and discipline.
Right.
Maturity.
And that's the thing. People don't like people don't have much self-control nowadays. I mean, you just look at, we watched a video yesterday where this guy in New York or New Jersey pulled over in traffic, like it's like 5 lanes. He came at an angle and blocked this older guy's truck in and started punching him through the window, ended up dragging out, and everybody's sitting there videoing and looking. And I'm like, this is somebody's granddaddy.
Right.
And it's a relative young dude, like he work out, like, What made you that mad?
Right.
Even if you shot you that bird, what made you that mad that you had to get out the car and damage everything?
No self-control.
And so the thing about it is that the bigger question is, do you have self-control? I know self-control is a difficult one.
The funny thing is the way that our society is now, though, is frowned upon. Everybody is encouraging you, just say it. Just do it. Do you. Be you. Do what you want to do.
But fight too. Everything is
It's
like,
crazy.
you know,
don't make any sense.
Self-control will take you places that you would never imagine if you learn to utilize it in the right spaces.
Right.
But we just gotta say whatever. We do damage at home, we do damage at work, we do damage at church, we just do damage everywhere, and then wonder why things are falling around us.
But you know, that can hold you back too, because you be good at your job, but they might not promote you because you don't know how to talk to people, or how to get along with your coworkers, because you always just saying it.
Right.
Or just doing this or just doing that.
But absolutely, listen, if I put you in charge, I promote you to president, and we go somewhere and from another company, that's a big invoice for us, and they say something crazy, you don't know how to pause and come with a pause and then answer appropriately. Right. You just come off the cuff and you make us lose millions or billions of dollars. Then if I can't trust you to respond appropriately, then self-control then has messed up your money. Mike says the highest of the high. Oh, Jesus.
What's up? You saying it right, baby.
So let me see what Glenn said. Oh, and hey, Tia, see you back in here.
What's going on?
So, you know, the thing about it is that I know that conflict, for those of you who missed it, I'm going to go back. The definition of conflict, though, is not just disagreement. It is a serious disagreement or argument. Everything
typically a protracted one.
So everything that we Mike said, my grandmother used to say, sometimes you gotta hold your mule. Right.
For sure.
Hey Tia, listen.
See, that's what people don't realize too. When you in management, the main thing you're doing is managing people and their egos and their personalities. That's what you get paid to do.
Even their emotions.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. Because a lot of people are like, man, the managers, they just walk around, they ain't doing that. But yeah, they making sure that all you employees not going crazy and tearing the store up.
Mike says, my grandfather taught me you can say a lot by saying nothing sometimes. Now, exactly. we talked about silence earlier. Silence speaks volume.
Of course. Not to mention that it keeps people guessing about what you got going on.
Right.
Because they don't know what you feel and where you're coming from if you hadn't said anything, but you always talking, they know everything.
Right, right. So even in resolving conflict, I know we don't understand as much about how to bring it down sometimes when it's already on level 10. But sometimes even when it's building up, when it's just a little disagreement, we can curb it here. But our words either take it up or bring it down.
Right. And it's a decision that you make.
And that, you know, of course, sometimes they hurt your feelings and they say stuff and you just gotta come back with something. But is it going to benefit your relationship? I also think about the fact, like I was saying, about people's spouse didn't come home anymore. And is that the last thing you want them to hear you say? And I know people like that's too extra to be thinking about it every time they leave, but is it though?
Well, this is the thing too. You're saying that someone says something that hurt your feeling, especially if it's your spouse or even a good friend. A lot of times people say things and like you're from different backgrounds. They may not even be intending to do that. So like I said in my video I did earlier, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Go to them and say, hey, earlier when you said XYZ, what did you mean by that?
And let them let them tell you, babe, over here. we
didn't discuss that.
Baby, come on. You gotta let them tell you what they feel. Because sometimes it's not even what was said. It's how they felt, how something happened when they were younger, or like
That's what I'm saying. Just because they said something doesn't mean that's the way they meant it.
right.
Because, like I said, you have two separate backgrounds that you come from. So the way they say something may not have the same meaning that you take it as.
Right.
Because you're not the same person.
Well, that's what that happened to me recently when something happened, and I was thinking like, why would this mean that? But then I realized that God just showed me that everybody has a story,
Right.
and because their story is not yours, and then it actually brings you a level of sadness. Like, I really hate that has been their story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know.
Right.
But I think that anything else we need to talk about resolving conflict, we talked about it. Want to summarize everything? Or we did already. You got a good memory.
No, I don't actually. Not about this. Let me write down. Let's see. Put it in the comments here. So the first step is that we agree on the definition of words and what they mean.
Thank you, Elder, for sharing. Elder Felder.
Appreciate you. Next, we attack the issue and not the person. We also make sure that we're attacking the root cause of the problem and not a symptom of the problem.
Yes.
And then, what was the last thing? I don't think I wrote the last one down. We just talked about.
I don't know.
Oh, if we don't know what the problem is, then we go to them and talk about what the problem is and try to resolve it in earnest.
In earnest. And so listen, the attitude you have is probably 80% of the whole thing. Because you can come saying, "What's wrong with you still?" That's not gonna fly well.
You know what I'm saying? On that?
Right. You still mad about that? That never goes well. I don't know if any of you ever tried it, but it does not go well. However, if you really want to know, I mean, it sounds really spiritual, but I'm not going to tell you not to be. God, tell me what to say to my spouse. Tell me how to show me what's hurting. Show me how I hurt them. Show me what I could do better. Like all of those things, not about you, but about them, what they did with you. And I think about one of the ones that Cedric and I learned early on. Remember what I used to do at the prayer?
Oh, pray in the middle of an argument.
Well, it wasn't just an argument. What was it? Do you remember? Well, really, Mar?
Oh God.
Yeah, it might got some teenage boys. I'm gonna go this way. So it was when we were having a disagreement that was going nowhere.
A conflict.
It was a conflict for real. Yeah. And I would grab his hand and I said, "Let's pray." It's so funny because he'd be looking like. Now I saw a TikTok one time where they were like, "Lord bless my husband, get his mind right." Remember, they was praying. It was petty prayers for each other.
It's like, "Lord bless my wife to stop nagging me."
Right. So it wasn't that kind, but the thing about how God showed that to me. How God showed that to me was, if you both love me and you both are seeking my face, you live for me, then he's the ultimate authority. So when we can't come to a resolution, he can.
Right.
Or even just tell you what to do. Because sometimes when the disagreement is going on so long, you don't even know what to do. You're like, I don't.
No, that even if you tell you what to do, you got to do it.
Right, but I'm saying, but sometimes you don't know. Like, like I know he's giving me things to do, and I be like, I ain't thinking about that. It was simple things.
Yeah, but that's a good place to be. Sometimes he tell you what to do, and you say, I ain't doing that. He wrong.
Baby, we passed that.
I ain't say we. Everybody that's on here is not past.
Well, I'm saying,
we're talking about people in general. We're not just talking about us.
I'm saying, but if you're going to God for help, like the ocean.
Right, but I'm saying everybody's not there is what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying, but we passed that part in the steps, because if we're going to God asking him for guidance and what to do, because we are having
we still talking about that? You still on that?
Yes, honey.
You ain't get over there yet?
No.
You trip. You get over them steps.
You know what? You're not gonna be triggering me tonight.
You need to get over them steps. You trip.
Anyway, we definitely thank you guys for tuning in. Just notice that we talked about communication last week. It was a very good conversation. I mean, very good.
Right.
You're so extra.
All right.
Can you say it was good?
A little bit good.
He said it was a little bit good. Look at you hitting the mic.
You make me nervous.
Anyway, so the conversation about communication was good last week. I don't know. It's going on. The conversation was very good last week. Communication, resolving conflict this week. Look, Glenn, you ain't got to rub it in because you know somebody was asleep. Somebody was asleep. We ain't gonna tell nobody.
Oh, she was tardy to the party.
She did make the party.
Oh wow, really?
She texted me later, but I was upstairs in the bed.
Sorry.
So anyway,
that's your one, Golden Glam.
Right, we getting ready to get off of here, but I'm gonna give a minute if y'all want to come say your piece. Say if you like to say something about this whole resolution and all the other good stuff we talking about.
Resolution? Who says about resolution?
Conflict resolution.
Hey, what you said?
We need a resolution. That ain't it?
Yes. I guess. I'm not sure. It's getting close. It's time for me to go, my friend.
Well, you can go, my love. All my life, I pray for someone like you.
Can you hear that in the mic?
It sounds like it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Joy. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. We yet praying for you to stop being petty to Nathan.
Please, thank you. Please and thank you.
You ain't trying to stop. That's the problem, Glam. You ain't trying to stop.
I really am. I promise you I am. I'm trying to be a good wife. Because I ain't trying to be in the divorce streets. I'm not.
Divorce street is not it.
Don't be in divorce streets. It's not where you want to be.
Well, listen. That conflict resolution, baby, it will. Conflict resolution is something that's needed, so you can make sure that your relationship continue to thrive and not be, because when you have a since we learned that conflict is not just a simple disagreement. When you learn what it really is, if you got to spend 2-3 days out of a week mad, that is not it. Joy, come on, tell me something good. Hey, Brian.
Right. There's a lot of better things we could be doing besides all again.
Yeah. Joy, you can unmute, babe.
I deleted it. I put it wrong.
I think she was on her phone.
Oh, okay. So, go ahead. What you doing?
I definitely am actively working on it.
She got a.
What was the question?
Joy, you might have to drop and come back because you got an echo.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why you're not apostolic.
He talking about she must got an Android. Tell him to do better.
I do.
We know.
We know.
You can tell.
Man, you hear him bothering the people talking about he can tell they got an Android. He don't know how to act. You don't even know that. You don't even know that good.
I know she out here in them Android streets.
And that's why, I'm actively trying to seek God, because I feel like if I try to seek Him, then I'll hear the voice more often. You know what I'm saying? And I'll actually try to follow the voice. You know what I'm saying?
But you remember, you said you were trying to learn His voice, though. Remember, you were trying to learn God's voice, so that was another issue as well, because you weren't sure exactly how that sounded.
Yeah.
The opposite of whatever you want to do.
Oh, you're so raggedy. Glam.
You said opposite.
The opposite of whatever you want to do, Glam. Oh boy, that's his answer.
That's it. Now you got it. Simple.
What you gonna do with him?
That's your. I don't know what
Yeah. First thing come to your mind, do the opposite.
That's your conflict resolution for Glam.
You good. Yeah.
He said, "Whatever come to your mind, do the opposite." Miss Elman, please do not laugh at him because this is ridiculous. Baby, she might have something good. Glam, look at his face. You see, Glam, did you see it? Did you see?
Said ain't got no faith in me whatsoever.
No, it's you know you young, you newly married, so you ain't quite learned the ropes yet. That's all. You'll get there. I got faith in you.
Oh God, she got no faith whatsoever.
He has no faith in you, Glam. I'm just gonna tell the truth. He got zero.
Yeah, you know, hang in there.
That's awful. I'm so embarrassed for you right now.
It's okay though.
He said, "Whatever you think, and do the
When you
opposite."
see us, it's okay. He gonna be proud of me in 50 years.
There you
Yeah, he
go.
gonna be proud of
Did
me.
you say 50?